Bet you didn't think this was what it was like to be a teen librarian. Having your hands soaking in acetone, eyelash coming off, listening to books. Today was a good day. Good morning. It is Monday, September 19th. Welcome back. My name is Dawn. I am a teen librarian and I vlog whilst I'm at work so that you can see what it is like to be a teen librarian. It's probably not what you thought it was if this is your first time seeing this vlog, which it probably is. I don't get many people watching it, but that's okay. This week's vlog books, I'll be trying to cram in 2 books because it is print season. So if you are not in the library world, you probably do not know what Prince is. P-R-I-N-T-Z. Michael L. Prince, I believe, was a librarian. I don't even know who this man was. I probably should. He has an award in his name, and you probably have kind of seen the word Prince, but you didn't know it. I'm gonna show you. Let's see if I can find a book. Come with me to my bookshelf of books. Let's see if I can find a book. If you have ever been to a bookstore or a library or anywhere where you get books and you see this sticker on the book that has a P on it, that means that the book won a Prince Award or was an honor book. If the sticker's gold, like this one, it means it won. If it's silver, it means it was an honor book. What is the Prince Award? Glad you asked. I'll tell you. The Prince Award is given to the best YA book of the year by YALSA, which is a division of the American Library Association, or ALA. YALSA stands for Young Adult Librarian Services Association, something around there. That subcommittee, that sub-org, whatever you want to call it, gives out book awards, and the Prince is the creme de la creme, the best teen book of the year. That is a very big deal because it means you're the best. How is that award bestowed upon these books, you may ask? I'll tell you. You can skip all this if you don't care, but it's interesting. It's about books. It's about reading. It's just come from a librarian perspective. Of course you want to know. I'm going to tell you. The Prince Award has a committee, and the committee is either elected by people who vote, other librarians or ALA members, I should say, who vote for people to be a part of the committee, or they are appointed by YALSA, elected officials. So YALSA president or whoever's over the committees, they elect people. They just say, I like this librarian. Let's ask her or him if they want to be in the committee. And most people say yes, because it's an honor to be chosen to be on the Prince Committee. But it is a challenge to be on it because you have to actually go to ALA for, there's 2 ALA conferences. There's Midwinter, which is in January, and then there's the annual, which is in June. I've never been on the committee, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I have been on a committee similar to it, where you had to choose like the best 10 teen books of the year, and it's very similar. So you go to conference, both of them, and the conference usually is from Friday to Sunday or Friday to Monday, but most of the stuff is Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. That's when most of the conference is. And it's like any con. It's got a big exhibit hall. You get free ARCs. There's author presentations and author signings and all this stuff. If you've never been, you know, people who are not library professionals can go to the exhibit hall. I believe you can still get an exhibit hall pass. I think it's like $75, and you get access to, just like a book con or Y'all Fest or Y'all West, whatever conference, exhibit hall. It's very similar to that. But at conference, if you're on this committee, you are talking about books the entire time, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Your ass is sitting in a room, sequestered basically, and you are going through a list of books and you're voting yay or nay. And you also have to nominate books, and you have to defend your book, and that takes 3 days and hours, and you do not get to do anything else. So, but it's still an honor. It's still an honor to be asked to be on the committee. Once again, I've never been on the committee, but they do take it very, very seriously. Now, I said I've never been asked, and I'm shocked I've never been asked because, can you guess? I'll give you a second. Look at me, just look at me and make your guesses. That's right, I'm Black. The library world does not have a lot of Black people, and the committees want diversity on their committees because a lot of books are dealing with racial topics, sexual orientation topics, religious topics. There's all types of topics that are beyond the scope of white people, which is the majority of librarians are white. So they need diverse librarians to be a part of these committees. And sometimes they have to handpick the Black and brown people because there's just not a lot of us that are librarians. You know, I've been a YALSA member for a very long time. It's a membership you have to pay into. My library pays for it, I don't pay for it. And I have been on several committees in YALSA, and so they know my name and they know that I'm Black. When I was on the committee, I was never on the Prince committee, I was on a different committee. When I was on that committee, I read 100 books. No, I read 120 books that year. That's a lot. I remember having to take a week off of work, vacation time, just to stay home and read because I had to catch up before annual conference. So I'm going to read 2 books that I think are going to make the Prince, and I'm going to start with 2 books that already are on the long list for the NBA. What's the NBA? I'll tell you. It's another sticker. The National Book Award is a huge award. I don't know who it's sponsored by, but it is a huge award, and it is given to all genres of books, and one category is children's, and teen is under the children's umbrella. So this week's vlog, I will be reading, what's the name of that book? Self-Made Boys, a Great Gatsby remix, and The Lesbianas Guide to Catholic School. I'll be listening to both of those books this week. I will probably get them fairly quickly because they're short, and if I can get them on double speed, 4 hours, baby. All right, this week is going to be quite slow because I only have one program this week. Last week was supposed to be our tarot program, but that got canceled because the librarian doing it was sick, and so we postponed it till tomorrow. And that is my only program this week. And so for the rest of the time here, I will be cleaning. My office is a little bit neater. Like usually it's a hot fucking mess, but it's cleaner. I cleaned it Saturday. I will be practicing my nails because we have a spooky nail program. I will also be practicing a flower crown, and I will be cutting out our fairy doors. And that might be today. That might be all today. All right. Let me get started with my day. Okay, bye. Update time. I'm on chapter 10 of Self-Made Boys, a Great Gatsby remix. And here's what's up. It still has all the characters, the ones you know and love if you read The Great Gatsby in high school, like most of us did. The difference in this book, the remix, I should say, is that Nick is a trans boy. And Daisy, oh, I should also say that Nick and Daisy, I wasn't listening to what nationality they are. They're Hispanic though, but I'm not sure if they're from South America or Mexico. I'm not sure. But Daisy is passing. It's still set in the 20s. but Daisy has gone to New York. They are originally from Wisconsin. And I love how people always just say how boring Wisconsin is. I laugh because I live 5 minutes from Wisconsin and I'm up there a lot. But he wants to go to New York to, you know, become something, because Wisconsin apparently can't be anything in Wisconsin. And he lives next to his cousin Daisy. And when he first sees her, he's like, "You look like a white woman." So she's passing. But everything else is the same. So Daisy is still dating Tom, except in the book she was married to Tom. There is what's her name? Was it Marcia? I feel like that wasn't her name. But she is a golfer. And then we have Gatsby, who everyone's like, he's new money. Where the hell did he come from? And Nick and Gatsby are friends. So all the usual suspects are there. It's just the race is different, and I shouldn't have said nationality. I probably should have said race, because they could be American. That would be their nationality. But their race is a little bit different, and we have trans characters in the story. I read The Great Gatsby in high school, like most of us did. I also reread it as an adult. And The Great Gatsby has a lot of symbolism between the haves and the have-nots, and, you know, who lives on which side of that damn billboard. The billboard is important. Also, they live like on a lake or something, and there's like a light that's important in the original Great Gatsby. And so this book cannot just simply rely on having Hispanic characters and trans characters. It has to include some symbolism, because that's what makes a book good. I'm assuming it does, because otherwise it would not have been longlisted for the NBA, the National Book Award, because National Book Award books are very critical. So I am on chapter 10. I am going to make this Hobbit door whilst I listen. Hopefully I can finish it today. Okay, bye. Listen to The Great Gatsby. I don't know what chapter I'm on, but I can honestly say that I'm kind of bored, but that's not why I got on here. So it's set in the 20s, just like I think it's in the 20s, just like the original. And Nick, the main character, he spots a woman who's another main character, and he says, and I quote, "She looks like she just stepped out of a B. Altman catalog." Do you guys know what B. Altman is? I don't either. And I'm old. I'm way older than teenagers who are going to be reading this book. Maybe B. Altman was mentioned earlier in the book and was like, "What catalog is that?" She goes, "B. Altman. This is where all the ladies get their clothes." Like, maybe. But still. Couldn't you just say Sears Roebuck or something that teens might know? They might know Sears or Macy's, or I don't know what else was around in the 20s, but there had to be something else. B. Altman. I'm not sure why this book is nominated. Actually, that's not true. I think it's nominated because of the representation, because there's trans characters. Great. However, this book is not critically written at all. Like, this is just a basic teen book. There's nothing special besides the representation. But as far as the writing style, and this is Anna Marie McLamore, who is actually a very lyrical writer. Like, this woman knows how to write a beautiful sentence. So I'm shocked that this is her book, because I've read other books by her and her writing is like beautiful. And I know this is just standard teen writing. Nothing wrong with standard teen writing, but standard teen writing don't win awards. So, only got a couple hours left, so. Okay. Happy BBW! And no, that does not mean Big Beautiful Women. It means Banned Books Week. Every year, between September 18th and September 24th-ish, librarians all over the world put up book displays of caution tape and fire. Books that have been banned by schools to encourage people, teens in particular, to read banned books. Because no one should tell you what you should and shouldn't read. Read whatever you want or what your parents want. And so I will be putting in my display. And can you guess which one I'm going to choose? Am I going to choose caution tape or is it going to be fire? Caution tape! Because I'm creative. This sign and this tape and some books. I'm horrible at book displays. Off I go to put up my beautiful display. Okay, update on Self-Made Boys. I'm on chapter 31. As I soak my hand, I've been trying to do acrylic nails for our nail program and I am not doing a good job. And well, the first thing I did was I got poly gel, but I didn't get dual forms. So yeah. And then I tried this nail glue, which you put under the LED lamp, but it wasn't sticking, and so I put a bigger size, but then it just made my finger look freakishly large. You can't really see it, but it's making my fingernail look freakishly large. I'm not flicking you off, I'm just trying to show you. So I don't know how this program is gonna go. I might just have them use like the little stickers that you put under the nail and then you stick a long nail and it only lasts a couple hours. Or I'll just let them paint their normal nails with gel nail polish and they can do the LED light. I don't know, find some fun stickers or something. But I spent a lot of money on this shit. Oh my God. Anyway, so Self-Made Boys. One problem with the book is that, oh Lord, my eyelash is just decided it's done for the day. It is done for the day. I just looked up and saw it, and I'm just gonna leave it. We'll just leave it. I've been trying to do I've been trying to do lashes for a couple months, and it is just, I am having a time with the falsies and whatever, man. It is what it is. Anyway. One problem I'm having, I know it's distracting, just pretend you don't see it. One problem I am having is that this is a teen book and therefore the main characters are supposed to be under 18 and the main character is 17, everybody else is 18 and 19. Okay, we passed the test of teen, sure. However, he works in finance. Like he's an investment, he's like a day trader or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's where he works. He's 17. That's where, in New York. And it's Gatsby, and Gatsby throws parties. Hello, like, these people are adults. They do adult things. They go to bars and clubs and they drink and they drive. And so I don't understand how this is a teen book. First of all, the writing is very teen, but what they're doing is not teen. Like, ain't nobody in school. What's that? We don't do that. We go to parties and drink. Yes, please. Tuesday. Today I finished, this morning actually, I finished Self-Made Boys by Anna Marie McLamore, and I'm going to give it 3 ratings, not scores, 3 ratings. The first rating I'm going to give a 4.5, and that's for teen appeal. I think that teens will really like this book. It's got a nice pace to it. The themes are quite on the nose, meaning they don't have to think too hard about the themes in the book. It's right there in your face. That's not necessarily a good thing as far as like critical. I like the representation of the book. There were some trans people, lesbians. I don't think there were any, well, yeah, and gay men, all living in the 20s. They were, they had money, they had status, they were living their life and loving who they wanted to love, and they were having a great time. So I think that's really good to show teens that, people in the LGBTQ community can have a great life, and they did have a great life even 100 years ago. So in that respect, it gets a 4.5 for teen appeal. As far as critical, I'm going to give it a 3.5. I don't think this would win. It could be an honor, which means runner-up, because there was nothing bad about the book. The book was fine, but it lacked voice, which a lot of selection committees look for. They look for a unique voice. This did not have one. It did have themes, but as I was saying previously, it was quite on the nose. Like, it's right in your face. There's not much to really think about in this book. It's telling you everything you need to know. I don't think it'll win, but it was good for what it was. And now I'm going to start a new book, The Lesbianas Guide to Catholic School. I will be starting that today to see if that possibly has the ability to win the National Book Award. I am going to try to do my nails again today. Yesterday was a shit show. Oh my God, it was a shit show. My finger is like damaged from that shit. So I'm just gonna do gel nails on my nails. I am not gonna do falsies. I'm gonna try and figure out if I can do falsies. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. I probably have to do more take and makes. Good Lord. All right. See you later. Morning.
Sorry, I was talking to Sarah about the election, and time got away from me, so I'm very sorry about that.
It's okay. So I'm on chapter 6 of Catholic's Girl. That's not the name of that book. Lesbianas Guide to Catholic School. And I like it more than Self-Made Boys so far. I don't know if this is a common thing in Mexican households, but this is like the second book I've read where the mother kind of makes the daughter take care of the son. It's as if the mothers care more about the boys in the family than the daughters. And I don't know if that is a cultural thing. If so, I find it fascinating because that is not a thing in the Black culture. But I find that fascinating because it's new, it's different, and I don't know why. Why does she have to take care of her younger brother? When they get in the car after the first day of school, the mom immediately stops talking to the daughter and starts talking to the son. She compliments the son more than the daughter. She gives more attention to her son than her daughter. So it's like, why? If that's part of the culture, why? So I'm hoping this book goes into that because I find it fascinating. And that's something that a lot of books that are about people of color need to do more. Sometimes, and this happens with a lot of books written by Black people, is that they, of course they touch on topics that Black people deal with, and the most obvious one is racism. Another one is police brutality. But those are topics that white people, or people who, I shouldn't say white people, those are topics that people who are not of Black race kind of know about because they have eyes, they watch TV, they see movies, they see the news. They know that the cops tend to target Black men over other races of people. And so my point is that is something in Black culture that people who are not Black are aware of. What I wish is that Black authors would include things that happen to Black people that are not widely known. For example, like 10 years ago, well, not 10 years ago, 13 years ago, when I was applying for jobs before I got this job, my hair has always been braided because I don't know how to do my hair. So my hair is always braided, but I always would take my braids out and flat iron my hair for job interviews. And then once I got the job, I put my braids back in because braids or natural hair is not considered professional. Like, that's something that a lot of people may not know. Or that Black people, when they go into stores, they get followed around. And they're very careful to not put their hands in their pockets in stores because they don't want people thinking that they're stealing. Like, little stuff like that you don't necessarily see in movies and on TV and in the news, and that people who are not of your race don't necessarily know. So that's kind of why I'm liking this whole theme of boys and men, or boys are get more attention than girls, because that's not something that I am aware of within the Mexican culture. And so I would like to know more about it. Once again, I find that interesting. I like that usually in books like this, the main character has to grow. And so at the beginning of the book, when they are facing some racism, they kind of shrink. They don't stand up for themselves. They don't say anything. Whereas this girl immediately is like, oh, no, injustice. Like, she immediately, and we don't have to wait for that growth, because we all know that the character is going to grow. I'm glad this author is doing something different. So I'm appreciating that a lot. Her mother is also using a side hustle. There's another word for it, but a side hustle to make ends meet, which I think is very common for middle-class people, to have other little side things going on to bring in extra income. So I do like the incorporation of that. I like it when books have poor people in their books, because not everybody is wealthy. Not all teens are wealthy. They don't all have wealthy families. And so we are getting a girl who lives in this, she lives in a suburb, but they have to work. They all have to work. She has to work to contribute to the household. And there are a lot of families where the teen has to work and give money to the house to be able to eat and have lights and have heat. And that is part of life, part of a lot of teens' lives that you don't really see in YA books. Thursday. I didn't get on here yesterday because I didn't do anything new or special. Y'all didn't want to see nothing I was doing yesterday. But today I did finish Lesbianas Guide to Catholic School. Quick synopsis. I didn't give a really good synopsis yesterday, but it is about Yummy and her brother and her mom. Her father has been deported back to Mexico, and so she talks to him usually every day. Yummy is kind of closeted lesbian. She came out to her best friend. Her best friend betrayed her, and so then she decides she needs to go to a totally different school because she just cannot be in the same building as this girl who was supposedly her best friend since elementary school has betrayed her. So she decides to go to a Catholic school that's a little farther away. Her and her brother go to this new Catholic school. They are one of very few people of color in their school, and she befriends a outed girl. She's a lesbian. Her name, I can't remember her, Bo. Bo is Chinese, and Bo is out and proud, and Yummy befriends her because she's like, I need to be around someone that I admire and I think is really awesome, and they become really good friends. And it's just about Yummy, you know, being middle class, low middle class, hustling to survive, trying to be a normal teen in a Catholic school that just doesn't like anything different. I'm gonna rate it a 4. I actually liked it. I'm gonna rate it a 4. I think teens will really like this book. It is very approachable for teens. They can see themselves in her a lot, whether it be because she's a person of color, because she is a part of a religion that just does not like her as a person and who she is, a family who has a side hustle just to make ends meet. It deals with a lot of school issues, betrayals, friendships, mean girls, all that stuff. Great stuff. So I do think teens will like it. I like this book a lot better than Self-Made Boys because these are actual teens with teen problems, and the way she handled it is great. So whereas Self-Made Boys, it had teens in it, but they weren't living teen lives. They were living young adult lives, like 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old lives, not 18, 17, 18-year-old lives. This one did. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. I do think that it could make some Prince lists. I do think it has a very good chance of being a Prince honor. More than Self-Made Boys. I will say that. I don't know what I'm doing today. Honestly, I have to have a little meeting with my subordinate. Yeah, that's my day today. If it's something interesting, I'll show you. Okay, bye. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat now.